When adding content to your InDesign, you can create non-printing guides to help you align content easily. In order to align this content a set distance from the edge of the page, you will create what's called a ruler guide. So you can follow along, you can open this practice file. From the downloadable practice files for this tutorial. Now, in order to create a guide, you need to show the page rulers. With nothing selected, in the Properties panel, click the Rulers option here. Ruler appears at the top of the document window and along the left side. They reflect the units you initially set. In this case, it was inches. To change the units, you can actually right-click either ruler and choose a new unit. You need to do that for both rulers to change them both. Now, rulers are a great way to visually see the position of content relative to the upper left corner of the page. You can see the O on both rulers. Horizontal and vertical starts here. To create a horizontal guide, you drag from the horizontal ruler up here. To create a vertical guide, you drag from the vertical ruler on the left. This and other content that will be added later needs to align a set distance from the right edge of the page. So a vertical guide is necessary. Move the pointer over the vertical ruler. Press and drag from the ruler into the document. As you drag, a measurement label is showing the distance from the left edge of the page. Also called the X value appears. Drag until you see about 7 in the label and then release to place the guide. With the selection tool selected, click away from the guide to deselect it. Move the pointer over the guide, and when the pointer shows a little box next to it, click to select the guide. Guides are like objects you draw. They can be selected easily and deleted by pressing backspace or delete. You can also easily reposition guides by dragging, or in the Properties panel to the right of the document. You can position a guide by entering or choosing a value. The X here means the X or horizontal axis. Basically, how far the guide is from the left edge of the page to fit with our design. The guide needs to be an inch from the right edge of the page. To measure from the right edge of the page is not the left. You can reset where the 0 on rulers begin. To do that, drag from the corner of the rulers where they meet. This is called the 0 point to the upper right corner of the page. The pointer should snap to the edge of the page. If you now look at the horizontal ruler, the 0 on the ruler starts on the right edge of the page. The guides should still be selected, but if you look in the Properties panel, the X is a negative number or to the left of the 0 starting point. Change the X value to -1, and so it's 1 inch from the right edge of the page. Press Enter or Return. Now, to reset the 0 point, which you should do, so later measurements and positioning start in the upper left corner of the page. Double-click back in the corner where the rulers meet. The 0 on the horizontal and vertical rulers should be back in the upper left corner of the page. Now, not you'll position this content, so drag this group to the right, and as you drag, press the Shift key to drag the group straight across. When the right edge comes close enough to the guide, and the pointer changes to a white arrow, release the mouse and then the key to snap the group to the guide, so that you don't accidentally move a guide or delete them. You can lock them temporarily. Click away from the content to deselect it. And in the Properties panel to the right, click the Lock Guides option. To hide the guides temporarily, you can click to Hide Guides option here. Click it again to show the guides. Setting guides can be a great way to align content. Now that you know the basics of working with them, you can add guides to your own projects. You can even add them to master pages to apply them to multiple pages at once. You will learn more about master pages in the other video I taught you in the tutorial on the multi-page documents.